All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are going on a journey to explore something truly fascinating, a hidden frequency that's said to be woven right into the very fabric of our universe. It's a vibration that ancient sages and, modern seekers alike believe can connect every single one of us to a much higher state of consciousness.
But let me just start with a question for you. I want you to really think about this. What if everything you've ever wanted, everything you've ever yearned for, was actually already within your reach? Imagine for a second that there was a key, a very specific sound that could unlock all of that.
Well, according to a deep well of spiritual tradition and esoteric knowledge, that key is this number right here, 963 Hertz. It has a few names. Some call it the God frequency. Others call it the frequency of oneness. But what they all agree on is that it's believed to be the purest, most elevated vibration of all.
So what does that even mean? The vibration of universal consciousness? Well, think of it like the master note in the grand symphony of creation. It's the energy that connects everything and everyone. The real question, though, is how can we actually use this to transform our own lives? Well, that's exactly what we're here to break down.
Okay, so to really get a handle on this, we need to start with the fundamental principle. We're going to look at the universe's hidden frequency, and this idea that the cosmos doesn't really care about our words, it cares about our vibration. It's a concept that mystics have understood for centuries.
And this piece of ancient wisdom, it just perfectly illustrates the core idea. Our thoughts, our feelings, our deep-seated beliefs, all of it, every single part of our being is constantly emitting a frequency. It's this unique, energetic signature, not just the words we say out loud, that's actually shaping the reality we experience every day.
And this isn't some new age idea that just popped up. Not at all. The understanding that sound can be a key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe, well, that's been around for millennia, passed down through ancient civilizations all over the world.
What's absolutely fascinating is how all these different cultures, often separated by huge gaps in time and geography, they all somehow arrived at the same conclusion. I mean, look at ancient Egypt. You had priests using specific, powerful chants inside places like the Great Pyramid, which we now know were built with incredible acoustic precision, designed to amplify certain frequencies. Then you have Vedic India, where the mantra Om was and still is revered as the primordial sound of the universe itself, a literal vibrational bridge to the divine. And it doesn't stop there. Across countless indigenous cultures, shamans have always used the rhythmic beat of drums and sacred chants to harmonize with the cosmos. They all knew sound was a powerful key.
So, okay, that's the ancient wisdom, but what does modern science have to say about any of this? Well, what's really cool is that it's kind of starting to catch up, rediscovering what the ancients seem to understand intuitively. I mean, quantum physics itself shows us that at the most fundamental level, everything is just energy. Everything is vibrating.
There's this incredible field of study that demonstrates this visually. It's called cymatics. So picture this. You take a plate, you sprinkle some sand on it, and then you play a specific frequency through it. What happens is just mind-blowing. The particles of sand arrange themselves into these perfect, intricate, symmetrical geometric shapes. They look just like sacred mandalas. It's a stunning visual proof that sound doesn't just influence matter, it can actually give it form and structure.
So if sound can organize sand on a plate, what in the world can it do to our own bodies? Well, this is where a tiny little organ in the center of our brain comes into play, the pineal gland. Now, from a scientific view, we know it's super important. It produces melatonin, which regulates our sleep cycles and helps our cells regenerate. But in so many spiritual traditions, it's known as the third eye, a kind of spiritual antenna, a portal between our physical world and higher dimensions of existence.
And here is the crucial link, where the science and the spiritual really seem to meet. Modern science has actually discovered that our pineal gland contains tiny apatite crystals that have what are called piezoelectric properties. Now that's a fancy word, but it just means they generate a little electric charge when they're exposed to a stimulus, like sound vibration. So the theory is that the 963 Hz frequency is the perfect resonant match for these crystals. It literally makes them vibrate, activating the gland and waking up its dormant spiritual potential. And that activation can lead to these incredible experiences of heightened intuition and profound feelings of universal unity.
Now, proponents of this theory, they often point to studies coming out of various bioenergy labs that are exploring these very effects. For instance, in one reported experiment, a group of participants listened to the 963 Hz frequency for just 15 minutes a day, and the claimed results? They were pretty astounding. We're talking a high increase in brainwave coherence, meaning the brain was working in a more orderly, harmonious way. There were also notable changes in markers for cellular regeneration, and a really significant boost in participants' reported feelings of well-being and spiritual connection.
Okay, so we've covered the history, we've touched on the science, but let's get to the really important part. Beyond all the theory, how can we actually apply this in our own daily lives? So now we're going to explore 4 powerful, practical techniques to help you tune in to this master frequency. And here they are. These are the 4 primary ways to start integrating this frequency into your routine. The great thing is, each one is super simple, totally accessible, and can help you begin that process of aligning your personal energy with this universal vibration. So first up, and this is the simplest way to start, is just listening. You can find pure 963 Hz tones all over the internet. Just dedicate about 10 to 15 minutes a day. That's it. It's best to use headphones if you can, to get a really immersive experience. You can even just play it softly in the background while you work or while you're falling asleep. And as you're listening, try this. Close your eyes and just visualize a brilliant, pure white light expanding in your mind, filling up your whole head, growing with the sound. Okay, our second technique, meditation, takes that listening experience even deeper. While the frequency is playing, you can visualize that sound energy flowing directly into your third eye, that spot right between your eyebrows, awakening your intuition. And if you want to really amplify that experience, you can bring in our third technique, using crystals. Different crystals are believed to resonate with and amplify different energies. Amethyst, for example, is said to be fantastic for activating the pineal gland and intuition. Clear quartz is like a universal amplifier for any vibration, and lapis lazuli is said to connect you to cosmic wisdom. You can try placing one right on your forehead while you meditate with the frequency.
And that brings us to our 4th and final technique, which uses the power of your own voice through affirmations. You have to remember, your words are vibrations too. So repeating a powerful phrase like this one, either out loud or just in your mind, can help reprogram your entire mindset. Try saying, "My consciousness expands and I connect with the infinite. I manifest love, wisdom, and abundance in my life." It's even more powerful if you do it while you're listening to the frequency.
Now, the real goal here, it isn't just to have a fleeting 15-minute experience with this frequency. The ultimate goal is to make this divine vibration your natural state of being. So the question is, how does that actually happen? How do we make that shift permanent?
The key really is consistency. I love this analogy. Think of it like tuning a guitar. You don't just tune it once and then expect it to stay perfectly in tune forever, right? Life happens, strings stretch, things get knocked around. You have to adjust it regularly to keep it sounding beautiful. It is the exact same with your own personal energy. Every single day is a new opportunity to gently tune yourself back into this universal harmony.
And as you practice, day in and day out, you might start to notice some really profound changes happening in your life. Your thoughts might become clearer, more positive, your intuition gets sharper, that little inner voice gets louder, and you learn to trust it more. You start to feel this deep, unshakable sense of peace and connection. And you'll also likely notice an increase in what some people call meaningful coincidences or synchronicities, as the universe starts to reflect and align with your new vibration. Things just start to flow.
So when you boil it all down, all of this, the science, the history, the techniques, it all points to one incredibly profound idea. This master frequency isn't something external that you have to go out and find. It's not out there somewhere. It's already within you, right now, just waiting to be activated. So the only real question left is, are you ready to listen?